Hi, this is Muaذ from JB Academy. We continue our series Ielts in details. نكمل في هذا الفيديو سلسلة Ielts بالتفصيل. واليوم حنناقش موضوع مهم جدا وهو في قسم السبيكينج، قسم الكلام، وهي عبارة عن interview between the examiner and the candidate. لكن how you will be assessed؟ ما هي الاسسمنت كرايتيريا؟ ما هي معيار التقييم في اختبار الايتس سبيكينج سيكشن؟ كيف انه هذا الممتحن او الشخص اللي بيسمع لك بيعمل ريكوردينج، تسجيل للانترفيو، وطبعا بيكون في شخص اخر بيسمعها نفس هذا التسجيل عشان يكون فير في تقييم درجتك. لكن how they assess you؟ كيف هم يقيموك بناء على what؟ Here we have 4 factors that you will be assessed based on them. Here I start. The first thing, fluency and coherence. What I mean by fluency and coherence? Fluency and coherence mean, first, fluency means rate of speech, how you talk, how long you talk. Continuity and smoothness. You stop, how many you say. So this is what we call fluency. So this is very important to focus on your rate of speech. The second thing is coherence, because the first factor is fluency and coherence. What I mean by coherence? Coherence means sequencing sentences logically. You have to say your sentences in a logical way. Signpost words, like for example you can say first, similarly, secondly, on the other hand, and cohesive devices inside the sentences and between the sentences, but, and, because, or. This is very important to be taken in our consideration. The second factor, or the second assessment criteria, is lexical resource. وهي, we talk about vocab. They focus on 3 things: variety of words or variety of vocabulary that you use. You don't need to repeat the same words. You don't need just to use the common words. You have to use variety of vocabulary. Accurate and appropriate vocabulary. You have to use the vocabulary in correct way. So you have to use the vocabulary. Some students, they memorize some vocabulary and they use it in a wrong way, not appropriate way. So we have to use them accurately. Paraphrasing. Paraphrasing is very important. For example, if you want to say something but you don't know its meaning in English, how you say it in another words, how you paraphrase it. This is very important in factor 2, lexical resources. Now the third factor is grammatical range and accuracy. So again, we are focusing on grammar. What they focus on in grammar? Length and complexity of sentences. So you have to use 3 kinds of sentences: simple sentences and compound and complex sentences. Variety of sentences structures, as I mentioned. How many grammatical errors? This is very important. How many grammatical errors and how they interfere communicating ideas. Is these grammatical errors affecting on communicating your ideas to the examiner or no? This is very important, because some grammatical errors will not affect too much on your speech. So, but some, like for example, if you talk about instead of use the past, you use the present. This will affect on communicating ideas. So we have to be careful about the errors and how they affect our speech or our communicating ideas. The last factor, which is pronunciation. Pronunciation, I should not I should not talk like Americans or British people to have good pronunciation. The good pronunciation should have 3 things. The first thing, how easy for the examiner to understand you. So the most important thing that he understand you. This is very important. And the second thing, how much of your speech is not understood, because sometimes you say words with different or with wrong pronunciation, then he will not understand what you talk about. The last thing, how your own language influences your speech. How your, because we are as Arab, how our Arabic language affects on our pronunciation is very important. And what about Chinese? How their language, which is Chinese, affects on their speech. So they look at this part, which is how your own language affects on your speech. That's all the factors that to be assessed during your speaking IELTS test. Thank you very much.